Welcome to Wound Care Wednesdays. What's up, guys? My name is Lori if you are new here, and I am a family nurse practitioner, and today is episode 1 of the series that I am titling Wound Care Wednesdays, where I will be talking all things wound care related. I'll be doing this every other Wednesday because a lot of you guys have reached out to me and asked me to start talking a little bit more about wound care on my channel. If you guys have been following me for the beginning of my channel, I am a family nurse practitioner, but I do wound care as a specialty. So because this is the first episode, I'm gonna talk a little bit about certification, what I really do when I see patients as a wound care nurse practitioner, and also what my thoughts are on wound care and how did I even get into wound care. If you guys have not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also click that notification bell. So how did I even get into wound care? So if you're new to my channel, my background is actually a ICU nurse, and when I got this job I had no wound care experience, none whatsoever. My boss is a internal medicine physician and he's also a wound care certified physician, so part of his business, a large part of his business and his practice is that of wound care. So when I got the interview for this job, I did not know that wound care was a part of the role. When he interviewed me and he told me in the interview that wound care is a part of the role, I legit was about to say, well, I'm exiting stage left, because I didn't want to have nothing to do with wound care. I thought about it and I said, you know what, girl, you don't have time to be turning jobs down because you've been looking for a job for a while. If you're a new NP, I made a video about how long it took me to land my first job and also gave some tips. So I'll link it in the cards and also in the description box so you guys can check that video out, because finding a job as a nurse practitioner is not an easy task. Anyways, I took the job and he did not care that I didn't have any wound care experience. It can be different for other physicians or for a hospital or a wound care center if you want to get into wound care, but my boss was like, it's fine, I will definitely train you. And that's what he did. He just took me under his wing, trained me, and showed me the ropes. Am I still learning? Absolutely. I've only been doing wound care now for like 2 years, and now when it comes out to certification, I did a course online. Now the course that I did online, it wasn't terrible. For me though, online is not one of my fortes. I really don't like doing courses and stuff online. However, it was fine for me to at least get some basic knowledge and stuff when it comes on to wound care. Let us talk about the 3 accredited wound care certification, because once you do any form of online course or in-person course, you do these courses and you'll get a certificate with CEs or something showing that you had some form of education for wound care, but then you have to go ahead and take the boards. Let me tell you all of them, and I'll put it on the screen as well so you guys can look at them. So you have the WOCNCB, which is the Wound Ostomy Continuance Nursing Certification Board, and then your credential will be Certified Wound Care Nurse. And then you have ABWM, which is the American Board of Wound Management, and you have multiple wound care credentials that fall under that. And then you also have the NAWCO, which is the National Alliance of Wound Care and Ostomy, and you would be a wound care certified. In my opinion, you just need to choose one of these that are accredited, and all of these are accredited. I will say make sure that any course that you choose is recognized by one of these bodies, because if you go take somebody's basement course and they're not recognized, you probably will not be able to sit one of these boards to get certified. I have yet to take any of them. Bear in mind that whatever money you pay for any form of course online for wound care, you have to pay more money to take the board exam itself. So my course was like $900. I didn't have to pay it. My boss did pay it for me. You have to pay money for the certification itself. So $350 up to $900 and something, they range from. So the one that I'm leaning towards taking is the National Alliance of Wound Care and Ostomy. With that one, the pass rate is higher. They have an 85% pass rate, and it's $330 to take the exam, and you have to renew it in 5 years. Only reason why I'm thinking about doing that one is because their pass rate is higher. For my job, I didn't have any time frame in which I was given to take anything to be certified. I know maybe if you go working in a hospital, any form of wound care center, they might put a time frame on it. The big thing though that my boss wanted was that I take some form of wound care course. The course that was coming in my home state close to my house, I really wanted to take that course because I was going to be taught by a accredited national wound care person from one of these bodies. I think it is from the same body, the wound ostomy people, that I'm thinking about doing that course, the exam with. And that lady is from there. She was teaching this course, so I really wanted to take that one because I do think that learning in person, having someone there to ask questions and those type of things is better for me. Everybody is different, but it's just better for me. I learn better that way. So that's pretty much it when it comes on to certification. I'm still learning. I work with a lot of wound care nurses that have been doing this for a very long time. Like, I work with this one guy. He is amazing. When I say he's amazing, he has taught me so much when it comes on to the whole wound care world. Like, I just love working with him. If you want to go into wound care, my advice is try to take a wound care course first, because if I had plans to go into wound care, I say I didn't really have any plans to go into wound care, but if I had plans to go into wound care, I probably would have taken some form of wound care course, kind of get myself acclimated a little bit before I jump into this. What do I really do when I go to the nursing home setting to do wound care? And that's where I primarily do all my wound care rounds, in long-term care setting in nursing homes. I am the wound care practitioner that goes in once a week. The wound care physician, or me, the practitioner, we see the patients once every week, and each building have a different day that they do it because we kind of alternate. Some days I actually go to 2 facilities to do wound care patients. So what I do and what my job is to go in, of course, assess the wound, and the wound care progress notes is set up kind of the same way like the progress note video that I did. If you guys have not seen that, you're kind of struggling with progress note, I will link it. But it's set up the same way, but of course wound care has its own lingo. Every building that I go to has their own wound care nurse, so I am not physically changing the wounds or anything. Of course I do help, and if the patient is larger or whatever, I will assist them with turning, cleaning patients up. I don't have any issues with doing that, but 9 times out of 10, 95% of the time, I'm not doing any of that work. I am pretty much assessing the wound and doing my documentation as I go along and ordering whatever treatment I want for that wound. What I do is I will definitely look over lab values. I will also order different testing on patients. So say for instance, a patient have ulcers popping up on their legs and I'm thinking it's vascular, I'm going to go ahead and order a Doppler, an arterial Doppler on the leg, just to see if there's any occlusion or what's going on with the legs. So I have the authority to order whatever I want on each patient. And each facility that I go to, because we're the wound care team in the building, I see multiple different patients, even patients that are not my patients, like I am the primary care provider. Say for instance, the patient Doppler will come back with severe stenosis or anything like that, I will leave it up to the primary care team whether they want to proceed with like a vascular consult. I will put that in my note saying, you know, vascular surgery is recommended, but ultimately it would be up to the primary care team. When it comes on to debridement in the facilities, we do debride. I have not been debriding by myself. My boss was showing me the ropes about debridement and I haven't really debrided by myself. Nurse practitioners, PAs, they do debridement at the bedside in the nursing home facility. If it is a massive wound and we think that they need to go to the hospital, we will send them to the hospital for that debridement. Definitely, I order antibiotics a lot of times on patient if I think the wound is infected. A lot of times I'll show up to see a patient and they say, oh, they have ulcers on their legs, but they really have cellulitis. I will start them on antibiotics for their cellulitis. That's my overall in what I am doing when it comes on to my role as a wound care nurse practitioner. When I see a patient for the first time, it's like a consult. This is the first time I'm seeing the patient. So we go in, we do the consult, and it's pretty much a full HMP. And that will take me anywhere from, I'll say 45 minutes to an hour to kind of look through the patient's history, see what's going on with the patient. A lot of times those consults will take a little bit of time. So when I am seeing patients for the first time as a consult, I will do that charting at home. As I walk with the nurses and they're changing the patient's wound and we're measuring and I'm assessing, I walk with my computer and I'm charting. So that's pretty much it, what I do. Wound care for me, I actually enjoy doing it now. I tend to see multiple patients in one day when it comes on to wound care. Like today, I am actually wound care rounding from home today because some of the buildings are still not allowing us to come inside the building. And actually, I'm recording this video in between my break from another building, so this video can go up because guys, I've been struggling, being tired, trying to get my life together. That's why I haven't posted a video in a couple of weeks. However, moving forward though, the funny thing is wound care has opened my mind to like dermatology. I am really interested in dermatology now, and I didn't have any interest in derm before I did wound care. So I think long-term picture, I would see myself more doing derm than wound care itself, because I just like, I start liking that more than the wounds themselves. I will talk more about different wounds, staging, what kind of dressings to be using and different things like that. Let me know in the comments what exactly you want from these Wound Care Wednesdays. And this is episode 1, guys. It's just a quick introduction. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will definitely catch you guys up on episode 2 of Wound Care Wednesday. Bye guys.